Manu's house for the first time after I came back from Vietnam. I didn't know how much I had changed. I didn't know that I was a different person now. I went there to see my homies, man, to go run with my partners, Manu and Augie and Richard and Robert and all those people, Teddy Quismondo, people I hung out with, but it didn't take me very long to all of a sudden look at him. And Manu was like the leader of our group. He was the big dog in our group, you know, and so within a very short period of time, I looked at these guys and I said, they're children, they're kids, they're still acting like kids and thinking like kids. And I really don't have anything in common with them anymore. When I came home, my partners were smoking weed, but by that time, I was shooting speed and heroin. I started the heroin with my partner Manu, because Manu, we shot speed together and ran around for a while, and then he got into the heroin, and he started giving me the heroin, and then, you know, that's what we started doing, you know, for a while, and that was the only link. Manu had grown up like I had grown up, but in a gangster way, in the streets, you know, and I had come back from Vietnam. At that time, also, there was the Brown Berets and the Black Berets and, you know, the Black Panther Party and these. And my partner, Richard Jimenez, who was like one of the generals of the Stockton Brown Berets, he was a bad human being. Well, he tried to recruit me. He said, hey man, we need you as our Minister of Defense. He said, you know how to blow shit up, man. You know how to use weapons. You can teach our people. Hey, my brother, no thank you. I don't want to do all of that. What's wrong? Are you scared? No, I ain't scared. But it's not what I want to do, brother. You know, I'm done with all of that shit, you know. And so, it didn't take me long to realize that I had nothing in common with these guys. And I didn't want to end up a heroin addict. I mean, I was already using it, but I didn't want to use it. And so I said to myself, you know what? I'm out of here. I gotta move, you know. So at that time I was with my present wife, Linda, at that time, and I was getting ready to move to either Sacramento or San Jose. And she said to me, can I go with you? I said, you want to go with me? She said, yeah, I want to get out of Latham. She was living in Latham. She said, I want to get out of here. I said, okay. And I said, she had a connection in Sacramento. That's one of the reasons why we were thinking of Sacramento. San Jose was the other direction. So I flipped a coin. Heads, Sacramento, tails, San Jose. Going to San Jose. She said, okay. You know, we went to San Jose, and that's when the first symptoms of the PTSD started coming out. I didn't realize it, but I couldn't keep a job. I mean, I could work. I mean, I work and work hard, but I couldn't see coming to this place. And don't you dare talk shit to me, because I quit in a heartbeat. And you can't quit. I just did. Didn't you see it? You know, and just walk away, because I had that attitude, you know, and you know, so for me, it's been a long, long road. In the beginning, I did like so many veterans. I isolated. I went to the mountains. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't want to be around groups, you know. And it wasn't until one time a friend of mine invited me to a therapy group that he was working with these Vietnam veterans, I listened to these guys and I heard some of their stories, and I took the pamphlet that talked about post-traumatic stress disorder, and I remember in that meeting when I saw these guys, I thought to myself, I don't need this, man. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm not messed up like these guys. And then I read the pamphlet, and as I read the stuff, I saw myself. I saw how I was behaving, how I was acting, how I didn't fit in, how things had changed for me. So I started going to therapy, and at first I fought it. I said, that guy's full of shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about, But every little bit just put a little bit more in my mind about what was going on. And then one day I had this therapist who told me, he said, you know what, post-traumatic stress disorder is like a puncture wound. It's like a prick. Now the poison is all underneath. It's festering underneath in there. And what you need to do is like lance it open and let that poison out. That's what the therapy is about, talking about it, getting some of these things off. Well, for so many veterans, I've had brothers who went to therapists, and the first question they asked, was you there? Were you in Vietnam? Did you serve? Oh no, but I went to college and I studied. Then you don't know what you're talking about. And there's nothing you can do to help me, and got up and walked out because that's how they felt. Through the therapy, and now that I am 68 years old, and now that I've been working with veterans for many, many years, helping out, volunteering and stuff, I know that they need help. They need, if nothing else, if you can be with another veteran who can talk about these things that are going on, how you feel, what you're feeling, how you think. For the families, they've written books on the families for PTSD, how to deal with them, how, you've got to love them, you've got to understand them, you've got to sometimes be tough love. Sometimes there's nothing that you can do. They have to want it. That's what I told that one brother. I said, you know what? You keep expecting those people to go, oh gee, I understand. They don't understand. They can't understand. There's no way. But they can help you by giving you love, by trying to encourage you to go find some help. Maybe you should go talk to Joe. He was in the Army. He served, during Vietnam. He's a combat veteran. Maybe, and there are groups out there. There's all kinds of groups that will deal and help them. I've learned you can't help them all, but you can make a difference.